all the times I've known you, you made me wanna be a better man. I'd look into your eyes, the words would pass between us, you'd understand. That was some comfort.
Victoria, England.
Okay, so what, you worked with foster kids?
I worked with New Directions, who worked with any type of children, abused children, foster children, kids who were on drugs, alcohol, smoking. Home life was awful. And we would take them in and we would help them, we would talk to them, we would feed them, we would give them pamphlets on things that they need to know to get off drugs. And it was just a place where they could come and just relax and not have to deal with things.
Yeah.
And let home, essentially.
And so, did you do activities organized or?
Yep, we did karaoke nights, we did dance nights, we helped fundraise, we did stuff in the parades in Barre and in Montpelier. We did telephone, like if kids couldn't come, we would talk to them like at least twice a day. Yeah.
And what do these kids need?
What?
What do foster kids need?
They need somebody to just accept them, to love them, somebody that will care for them, help them, guide them, show them what they need to know in life, to make the right decisions for themselves and for others.
And what happens if that person isn't there to do that?
Unfortunately, some children, they don't know where to turn, and they think that they can just take things into their own hands, and unfortunately it spirals out of control. And it's just, eventually they will find help, but it just takes time. Some people, for me, I live by you never can really appreciate anything good in life until you go through the bad stuff to show you what you have. And I think that a lot of kids today really just need somebody right there with them. I know it sounds like you need somebody to depend on, but essentially you do when you're growing up. If you don't have that, you're not going to succeed in what you need to as you get older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to get into this?
Honestly, when I was 14, I had a very bad drug problem. I was hanging out with the wrong people. I was being rebellious, as most teens are when they go through high school. And I stopped on my own doing drugs when I was 16. And I went down to New Directions and I said, listen, I need help, can you keep me on the right track? Because my parents, I didn't even let them know until years after that I was, on these drugs and everything. And I went to them and I said, I need help. I need you guys, to show me what I need to do to just stay on the right path. And I love helping people. That's one of my big passions, is just letting somebody else know that they have somebody that they can count on. I like making people feel good, and it hurts. It really hurts me to see that there are foster children, so many today, that don't have that like I do. Like, I have parents that love me, that take care of me, that showed me where to go in life, and it hurts a lot to see that a lot of children today don't have that I had when I was growing up.
Yeah. One of the things the Orange Duffel Bag Foundation does when the kids age out and go through the program is they give them an orange duffel bag with a Mac computer,
cell phone. Yep. I was listening.
If you could fill an orange duffel bag for a kid aging out of foster care with 5 things, what would you fill it with? And you can say the same things.
I would definitely say a laptop. I would definitely say a cell phone. I would say a journal to write down everything that you go through, with the goals and everything. I was reading actually the book, and that was such a perfect idea to just write down what you're doing day to day. Keep yourself on track. I would fill it with the essentials. I'd have to have like an iPod in there. Like, I can't live without music. I would fill it with book.
Because music can be a form of therapy.
Oh, yeah. Like, if I didn't have music, I don't know what I would do with my life. Like, I'm listening to music probably 16 hours out of the day. I would fill it with a book, something that's inspirational. The last thing...
Did you find when you were thumbing through the book,
I was
Orange
tearing
Duffel
up.
Bag?
I was totally tearing up during that book. I made it to, like, page 90 so far. I was like, I can't handle this right now. It's too emotional. It's too emotional.
I want to give you the book.
Hmm?
I want to give you the book.
You want to give me the book?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. Yeah.
I would definitely accept it. The last thing I would fill it with... I don't know. That's a hard one. I would say... just like... a sweater, because I love sweaters. I don't know. That's random, but I like sweaters. I would just put one in there. You know, it keeps you warm.
Yeah, it's
Comforting.
funny. Some of the kids that I asked this, they say, the kids themselves say a journal, which you said, and one of them said, you know, something that means something to them, a favorite thing.
Yep.
You know.
And that can be anything. It can be an item of jewelry, clothing, a quote, anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, how old are you?
19.
You're very young to be, you know, dealing with these sorts of things. Who inspired you?
My grandfather, without a doubt. He went through so much when I was growing up. He fell off a scaffold 17 feet onto the concrete and had serious brain damage and became paralyzed on one side of his body. And I saw the struggles that he went through. And the quote that I will never, ever, ever forget that he taught me the entire time I was growing up was, never give up, keep your head held high, and always accept what life throws at you. And that's exactly what I will live by, and that's what my children one day will live by, and so on and so on. You know, he faced in and out of the hospital all the time with these different problems from his previous injury, and he had to be taken care of, and it was just my mother and my grandmother that took care of him.
Yeah.
For 26 years, they took care of him. And he finally passed away in September of 2007. Was probably the hardest day I've ever gone through, like losing somebody.
Yeah.
I've lost many people that I was very close with, that, like growing up, you know. But that one just hit because he was my rock. You know, I was with my grandfather every day. Like, I was born in his house. He was the first one to hold me right after I was born. We had a very special connection, and he understood the things that I was going through when I would talk to him. And he's the one that, even now, 3 years after he's gone, he's the one person that, you know, put me where I am today. Showed me that I should never give up. No matter how hard life gets, you know, he suffered a lot. He struggled a lot and never once gave up.
What would you say to a foster kid if they were watching this video? What would you, if you could say something directly to the foster kid?
I would tell them exactly what I just said, what my grandfather told me. Never give up, keep your head held high, and always accept what life throws at you. No matter if it's good or bad, you know, like I said earlier, you cannot ever really appreciate the good things that come in life until you go through the bad. And unfortunately, that's very true. You know, there are a lot of good things in this life, but if you don't experience the bad, you're not going to understand the difference.
Yeah.
And it's very important to me.
Yeah. I think you're right.
I think I am right. Conceited. That's not embarrassing.
Well, thank you for doing this interview. I
You're
know
welcome.
that you were very shy and you didn't want to do this, did you?
That's not important.
Thank you.
You're welcome.